Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Hello and welcome to the late Apex. Today we'll be discussing everything that's happened in the sim racing world over the past 7 days, including iRacing special events calendar being released for 2025, updates on Assetto Corsa's open world, more updates, and we'll happily take all of them. Rennsport entering early access and the other pricing models that they have announced and everything else as well. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick. Alongside me is David Sampson. David, we've already had a couple of comments about Christmas. Are you feeling merry?
Am I feeling merry? I like that question. I'm getting there, yes. I'm starting to enjoy the music rather than being like, no, too early. Yeah, I'm excited. It's cold. And yes, I'm feeling, what did you pick? Merry.
We're not very festive here at Apex. There is not a Christmas tree or a bauble or a shred of tinsel around the entire facility. Nothing like that whatsoever.
I have a reef up at home, and that's about as far as we've... Oh, and a tree, obviously.
Oh, you have a tree. Okay, yeah. Yes. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the holidays, and hopefully you're off work already. And if not, we'll be soon. Shout out, by the way, to the sponsor for this episode, which is Apex Racing Simulators. And, of course, VRS recently released their wheelbase and wheel rim, their V2 wheelbase and wheel rim, and those are available to try out over at the Apex Racing UK Sim Centre over in Corby. So if you're in the Midlands, do try that out. And, of course, also at Apex Racing Simulators, you can buy simulator hardware, and you can also try out our rigs as well. So let's discuss the title for this episode, iRacing special events calendar, and it is a bumper calendar this season, David, the biggest ever, I think. It is filled. I mean, we've got a special event pretty much every other week.
You're just happy because Suzuka is back.
Oh, I said that with a smile.
Yep.
I'm not necessarily happy with everything.
Yep.
But
Suzuka's back.
Ambitious, let's say.
Yeah. It looks good. Yeah, it's nice to get it done nice and early. I think was there many question marks over? I mean, they sometimes put a question mark about Le Mans, and they usually jam it in a special series because they can't come out and say, oh, we've got a 24-hour Le Mans. But have you got a picture of it all?
Yeah, you should be able to get it.
4 hours of Thruxton.
So yeah, that's one. So a couple of the new ones, I think the two biggest new ones are 4 hours of Thruxton. Now the cars for that are TCRs, which is a bit of a weird one because, as far as I'm aware, there's no events like that. Like when British touring cars go around, it's just a normal round of the championship. TCRs don't race in VTCC anyway, but that's sort of the closest closest category to it. So that's a little bit of an unusual one, but I sort of like the idea of it in terms of it's a very small circuit. It's going to be very busy. Is a race like that, so I think that might be fun. And the other completely new one is Portimao, 1,000 kilometers as well, and that is using the HPD, the GT1 and the GT2 cars. It's a classic lineup from back when I was starting in sim racing. So I like that they've done that, seeing that those cars have had a bit of a renaissance recently.
Yes, indeed. And I see you wanted to cover the TCRs being dropped. Well, they're back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the forums lit up and iRacing buckled in under 30 seconds.
No, I saw the first page of the forums.
Yes.
And that's pretty much all I saw from it. So that is not hugely surprising that they managed to turn that around. But yeah, there you can see.
So the Raw's always an exciting one. Obviously, it's a bit fantasy because in IRL it is just a Daytona 24 test race.
It is.
Yeah, but obviously in the sim we get the.
Well, I think there is a support race as well. Nowadays, there's a couple of like Michelin pilot races, I think.
Right, nice. Obviously, it's nice to see Bathurst, Sebring 12. Have you noticed as well? The poor Ferrari has to have a hyphen. GTP hyphen hypercar.
Are you sure? Yeah.
Over and over again, poor car. Road America 500, a standout for me. Absolutely love that. Obviously, the Indy 500's back. Coke 600. 4-hour Fruxton, like you say, is new. Nürburgring 24. They wanted to pull TCRs to increase the field sizes.
Yeah.
They got a load of cash from BMW. No, sorry. The M2's also been added.
Oh, of course, yeah.
They chose
and they
that.
did it because it's
so
good.
Yeah,
That's the reason why they did it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So they took out the TCRs to try and not make it 8 cars in each class, but
they'd already dropped the GR86.
Yes,
there will still be the same number of classes.
Mazdas are long gone,
and Mazdas are gone.
Spa 24 predictable. Brickyard back. Portimao 1000 is going to be good. Obviously, they've gone with the classics, the HPD GT1, GT2. I mean, I don't get nostalgic as all you want, but the GT2. Be prepared to be in top split if you're taking part.
Sure, yeah, because the GT1s sound great. The HPD is just a great car. And then there's the GT2.
Well, the GT2 never had a day on iRacing, right? It never was.
No.
It never was a popular. It's not a nostalgic thing to go back to. No. I get called out all the time when I say, oh, how much I miss the HPD days. And people ask me, how often did you race it? I'm like, yep. couple of times. But yeah, so obviously the controversial one is the Suzuka flip back from the Fuji.
I mean, is it controversial? I didn't see a single comment of people saying, "Oh, I wish Fuji."
No, I think the controversial bit was taking away Suzuka. Sorry, that's what I meant. So I think, yeah. I feel like obviously I see some people.
Nick Horn said in chat that he's disappointed that Fuji's gone.
Yeah,
he's the one person.
No, I get it. But no. Oh, and the other obviously is the production car challenge, closing the special event series on, which I think's a cool event.
Yeah, because we've got a similar event in a couple of weeks, haven't we, on iRacing, like the 28th or something?
Yeah. I think, like you say, a mini version of this.
Yeah.
Also, if we're talking about this, I don't know if you saw, but iRacing announced a sports car challenge bi-weekly endurance.
Okay.
And it's LMP3. I'm on the spot here. GT4. And probably that's it, I think.
Yeah.
But yes,
maybe touring cars. But yeah, you're probably right. Probably just LMP3 now.
But yeah, it's going to obviously be the other week to IMSA endurance. So every week there'll be something to do, which I think's quite cool. I think that went down really well. Just hopefully it's busy enough. But yeah, it's nice for them to get the schedule out early. And obviously we've always had the last couple of years a question mark at the bottom saying, oh, we might be returning to France. It's like, okay. But they haven't put it this time.
No.
But they'll jam it in a special series somewhere.
Yeah, and of course there's always majors as well, which a lot of people
they're not going to
take
advertise a paid league, are they?
No. It's something separate. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to. Will you do Indy 500 next year?
I always say I'm going to, and then I don't.
Sure.
Because I remember I'm really bad in it at turning left. Because I'm good at turning right. I think that's my skill.
You're pretty much pro level, are you? On the right-handers,
almost.
It's just the left-handers.
Terrible at left-handers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I won't prep. I'm not. I've spent too many seasons prepping for an Indy 500. I'm dead in one lap. People are like, just do it again. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go do something else.
Sure. Well, yeah, if you want any tips, let me know.
Oh God, here we go. The Indy 500 winner.
Yep. I might go for trying to win a
Back-to-back
split this season.
Oh.
Don't want to get too ahead of myself. But, might try and upgrade. So that is the special events calendar. I think it looks genuinely quite good. Let's talk about Assetto Corsa Evo. We're constantly being drip-fed, that's a word, news about this and details about their open world. Their open world has still got a tentative release for the summer. It was hinted that there's going to be a full release in the fall of 2024. I think maybe one could have assumed that it would be in the summer, saying that that's when we already knew the open world was coming up. But no, it will be probably about 9 months, maybe even 12 months from now that the full game will be released on PC as well. I'm not sure if they've necessarily confirmed the consoles will be there straight away. However, we did get a few more details about the open world. One of them was refueling and charging of cars will be a thing in the open world. You'll have to maintain your car in that way. They've confirmed that there will be no microtransactions as well. By the way, this was all confirmed in overtake.gg interview, so do check out that interview. It's about 90 minutes if you want to get all the details about what was said. They confirmed that you can drive off-road. There's pretty much no restrictions. You don't have to stay on the road.
Well, I was going to test. That's all. Yeah. Every time you do Gran Turismo, you're like, oh, I'm gonna spend today just being woof off a building. Yeah. That's what we're here to do. Can I make it on that roof? Where's the highest point I can jump from?
Drifting has been confirmed.
It's such a
coming.
It sounds like they sat down, right? Where's our key audiences?
Yeah.
And obviously you've got the modding, people who
How can we get people from AC
AC
into AC?
The modding, the drifting, the open world. If those three words alone is the pie. I mean, our pie, the online competitive, is so much smaller. It's the bit I care about, but they've covered. Yeah, carry on. That's really good, though.
They have confirmed, this sounds cool, point-to-point stage racing. So because obviously it's a 40-kilometre by 40-kilometre map, it means that they can basically do a million different stages, basically, and a million different races from one point of the map to the other point. And so there's going to be stage-to-stage racing, which sounds really cool. There will be rain and, like, time of day progression as well.
Have you seen rain in open world? They said the word weather, but in everything I saw, they showed dark to light.
Maybe I need to double check the article.
Well, no, I mean, they used words that sounded like the word rain, but they never used the word rain. And Jimmy Broadbent had a really good point. For the open worldness, how would they? How would they actually have modelled where the puddles are going to sit?
In the overtake.gg article, they did address that in terms of there's not going to be any, like, dynamic movement of water.
It's 1,800 square.
Wet or not. So yeah, that's what they said, at least from what I read. No snow though. They confirmed there was no snow. So
he was stood there in the snow talking though, isn't it? In the video, he's being snowed on.
Oh, what, the original?
No, in the announcement.
Oh,
video.
okay, sure.
So everyone was like, snow. That's perhaps why they covered it.
Yeah. And then I didn't know this, but you pointed it out earlier on that it will be the GT World Challenge official game as well.
Yeah, how cool's that? Obviously, I know it's another GT3 sim, but again, that means they're covering the ACC people as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it kills ACC.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes ACC's license from them. But obviously, hot take, that means all the GT3s and all the GT3 circuits. So, I mean, I know they wouldn't announce it otherwise. They haven't said that, but that's what it means. Every time a new car came out, people are like, oh, when's it coming to iRacing? When's it coming to? Oh, it's coming to ACC tomorrow because they've got the license. Yeah. They can get the scan whenever they want. So yeah, I think it's really good. Everything I've seen on their marketing, I love everything I'm hearing. This is what I've always wanted from all these sims we've been going through, with how they've handled their announcements and everything. Keep us in the loop. Like, stop telling us you're going to evolve racing to the next level using...
Sure, and saying yes to everything.
Yeah. Tell us what you're going to do. Yeah. Obviously, they did mention January, is it 16th? But that won't include any online.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. That was another thing that they confirmed. No online for this early access release in January.
I would love it to just come out like the old days where they're like, "We're done."
Here's the game. Yeah.
There won't be any
But
bug fixes because there's no bugs. Like, do you remember you used to buy them on a cartridge? The game. This is
That's
it.
the game.
This is it.
But then, in a way, it means that they can't add more stuff to it, right? And you have to keep on buying a new game.
I just said,
year.
imagine.
Sure.
When's the game? Yeah, no, there's no service release patches. We tested it. It's good.
Yeah.
Nothing. We're done. But no, I'm excited. It looks great. It sounds great. Things they're telling me are good. They're covering the drifting. Well, we don't know too much about the modding. Well, apart from it'll be officially handled, but it could work out that there's a folder where if you put files in, it works. Are they going to detail it all on their website? No. Are they going to let people? Well, they're not going to stop people. Yeah. If they let that, then they've won. They've won because, as I say, people create their own hosted races. Are you breaking the rules having that car? Yeah, but did AC Evo market it or involve themselves in it? No. So I assume they will.
Yeah.
But I assume they're going to have a marketplace where you can upload official things and sell them. But I mean, what can you actually license by yourself unless you invent a car that no one has? And then who would want it? You know what I mean? That's just catch-22, right? People always say they want modding, but what they mean is they want illegal modding. They want to drive F1 tracks before they come out and drive cars that the game doesn't have.
Sure.
But no, I'm very excited. Let's see, right? Let's see how the release goes. I can't wait to try it. It's a good time for sim racing right now.
Yeah, less than a month until the early access comes out. It's only about 4 weeks away. Very fun. Let's talk about Go setups.
Oh yeah.
You've said here that they've taken over Craig's setup shop. I did see that Craig is now head of.
Yeah.
What's the term? It's head of. It's like he's basically the manager of it. It seems like he's doing like the testing of the setups, like quality maintenance. Pick another word for it. Go setups have already been established well on ACC and on Assetto Corsa and on LMU and on Automobilista too as well. And now they've joined iRacing as well, and they've got quite a roster of drivers who are doing setups for them from multiple different teams.
Yeah, indeed. Obviously, more the merrier, right? It gives people options. I think we know a couple of the drivers, right?
Yeah.
Elvis and Michael used to be Apex drivers.
Yeah, so we've got Charlie Collins, Elvis Rankin, Lemonek, Yanni, Lona, Liebiger, Leo, Sonen, Sam Cutit, and Kazorbon are all names.
So you got R8G, Coanda, Redline, Mouse. Yeah, Eduardo Leo, Redline, I think. I want to say Redline.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and then Kazabon is R8G, right? Rennsport.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, exciting times.
They're covering the main setups, our Go setups. Just the main series. It's not like a huge roster. But, I mean, obviously, nowadays, with 10 GT3 cars, it's an effort just to do one series.
It is, yeah.
But it is the most popular series. Uh-oh.
IMSA.
Right.
Yeah, IMSA is insane. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, good. At least people know it's not green screen now. IMSA is what? All the GTPs, the one Lonely LMP2, and all the GT3s. A lot of cars. 13? 14?
No, it must be talking 16.
16. I don't know. I haven't counted intentional. It's insane, though, yeah. Yeah, good luck to them. Obviously, they're more known outside iRacing, so they're going to try and bring their name into iRacing. With a big roster, that helps. So let's talk about Fortnite. Sorry.
So you're going to have some very strong opinions on this. I think you know more than me about this. Because I'm not even familiar with battle passes. Who made battle passes? Like, who was the first to do battle passes?
I don't know. I mean, Fortnite made billions, and I'm probably underselling how much they made by having the idea of these battle passes that you buy to access content, and then you grind your efforts to hopefully earn the content you've paid for. Insane. But Rennsport got ahead of it, and they're actually calling it a battle pass. Now, we don't think of the word inside sim racing games, that's for sure. We call it DLC or subscription. But yeah, we've got the video, their announcement trailer.
Unfortunately, we can't play sound on this, but there is a very. Do you think the voiceover person was AI or a real
Yeah,
person?
I had a few people ask me.
I thought it was a real person, but I could just be gullible. But here's
So-
the new UI.
Yeah, very. I mean,
I think it looks quite nice.
it's
I think
polished. Yeah,
the old one looked very. Frankly, it looked bare, but that's because of a lack of things in the actual game. This feels a bit more full. They're resetting all the lap times, which sort of has to be done anyway, I feel like, with every build.
poor ESL drivers though, losing all their elo. Sorry.
They didn't do any online races.
True.
fine.
True. Lots of tracks, lots of cars.
There's just amount of tracks, yeah, it's like 12 tracks, I think. All of them are free, to be fair, apart from Nordschleife, which you still got to buy the Founders Pack, which I think is about €35. You do get other bits besides the Nordschleife. That's the only way to get
I
it.
mean, 10 out of 10 for their trailers. They're always good trailers.
And of course, it is free to play at the
It
moment.
is. Yeah. No, it's free to play for life. That's the point of the Battle Pass. You can play the game, but if you want to get cars.
So this is the area where they talk about a bit of the marketplace. And it's you got your own online currency as well.
Yeah.
So obviously on iRacing, for example, you just have credits. But it's always matches to whatever money is.
Yeah.
Whereas on this, you buy 1,000 coins for basically 10 quid. And with those coins or with those credits, you can then buy cars with them. And along with liveries and in the future tracks and
this is where you
other
can
stuff.
try and buy yourself a Josh Rogers ESL winning car because of the evens.
And they're really pushing the even number.
They really are.
Still, like they mention that in most trailers in terms of, and a reminder, every car in Rennsport has a unique even number, and you can.
That's my plan. I'm going to stream one car, try and do stuff
You
with
could
it, and then flog it.
You could probably get like we're talking
3
13,
mil?
14
3 mil?
quid.
Oh, I was going for
from
like 3-4
selling your-
million.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, yeah. Keep on dreaming. So it's €10 per 1,000 credits. The Audi RS3 LMS TCR is 1,050 credits. So you're talking just over €10 per car. However, some of the cars are 1,350 credits. So you're talking basically €13.50 in order to buy a car. Some of the cars. Some of the GTP
Is the
cars.
game out yet?
No, how do you not know this? This is
No,
early
that-
access, obviously.
That was my play on. It's frustrating. This is how we've got. Yeah. This is the only bit that's really uncomfortable for people. This is the social. For the people that are even answering their tweets are all like, wait, you're still in early access. You're announcing your early. It feels like they've announced. How many times have they announced their different word of not out?
Sure.
Like they've had the closed beta, the open
Yeah,
beta.
they closed the open early access.
But they want us to celebrate the game not being out and then they sell us something. That's the distaste I'm getting.
Sure.
Like some people have gone along for the ride and helped them and played the game and left notes and bug reports, and now they've got to pay money for the car. And didn't I see the Aston Martin GT3 is actually locked behind the Battle Pass?
Oh, no, I think you can buy it. According to this, you can buy it for 13.
Oh, okay. I read something about some car.
There
I'm
might
not sure.
might be one there. I certainly know the Nords is behind the Founders Pack. I know that's the one that's quite tricky to get.
The UI looks sweet and the game does look good, but I don't know who's playing it. That's my worry.
Oh, I nearly forgot. Oh no, I didn't open Discord. Why didn't I open Discord? But I found, and I don't want to be harsh or anything. And we got a very welcome to anyone who is tuning in based on our last video. We posted a segment of the last episode, and it got over 3,000 views on YouTube. So welcome to anyone who's joined us because of that. But it was quite a negative news story that we were talking about. We were talking about how iRacing have sort of messed up. I don't like to get too much into the negativity of stuff. However, we are getting into the negativity of stuff because I found the announcement quite funny from Rennsport. They talk about how the time has finally come for Rennsport to take its next big step. From now on, you may waive open beta status goodbye. You've heard it right. From today on, with the just now released 1.12.0 update, Rennsport is officially entering the new world of early access. And I sort of, because we were
not out to not out.
Yeah, like how can, like, yeah, just taking it so like seriously in terms of
A status change.
Open beta to early access, and it's like the same thing.
It is the same thing. Yeah. What does it mean now? You're not taking our opinions. You're not in beta. So if we've got a page, like, no, it's early access now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Look, Rennsport had a hard enough time before LMU. They're going to have an even harder time with AC Evo. Now you've got...
Yeah.
I mean, iRacing Rain wasn't even out when Rennsport started all this. Like, if they'd released back then, maybe they would have a shot. But now, I mean...
Even like RaceRoom are stepping up their game a bit.
AMS2.
AMS2, yeah.
Like, it's not easy right now to be a... Yeah, you're right. We've even got a RaceRoom announcement to talk about. Let's see. Let's see. Some elements of what I see, I like. Like, I like the door-to-door racing. The sim, like when I'm stood behind one of the guys practicing, it looks good. I've had some drive time, but I'm on triples, so just jamming it on a single. It's hard for my brain to get the immersion from it. But it does look good. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm out of words. They need to release the game. But now that, they need to get numbers now. They seem to be focused on money. Money, like, you need people, surely. Then you sell something to the people. Yep. But I don't know.
Before we move on to our next topic, something that was suggested from Lewis, who does a lot of work here at Apex. If anyone has any topic things that they'd like us to discuss, please do let us know. Preferably...
Mario Kart. Sorry?
I didn't even hear what you said. So...
I didn't say Mario Kart.
Oh, okay, sure.
No, I didn't.
Sure.
I said,
you didn't know. That's not what you said. So if anyone wants to post that, if you could, like, after the stream and post it as like a comment, then one, that helps us in the algorithm, and two, it's easy for us to track. So we'd really appreciate that.
Plus, if you can itemize all the notes, then we won't need to do any script.
Oh, yeah, because I have to always... And also, if someone could do the chapters for me, because I always end the stream and then I have to go through the chapter. And honestly, it takes like 15 minutes, guys. So, like, if someone could do that.
And DM us all the bits where we speak or say something wrong. Like, if you just give us this start and end time, we can edit out.
Don't tell anyone that we got it wrong, but just tell us.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be really appreciated. So, yeah, please do post a comment underneath the video once it's posted, or once the stream is over. And then we might discuss that on the next episode, which will be, of course, next year.
I have an announcement. Well, not personally, but if you want to cover it, iRacing just replied about the whole GTP thing.
Okay, sure.
I can bring it up on screen. So it's just come in, hot off the press.
Have you got... Oh, you haven't got OBS open.
Oh, okay, 1 second then. My bad, technical mistake.
I'll show everyone the coconut businessman.
Coconut businessman.
You're doing that?
Yeah, I didn't forget.
No. Welcome to everyone, by the way, who's tuning in, and on the podcast as well. Hopefully you are all well.
So this is from Chris, the Vehicle Dynamics Manager at iRacing. As promised last week, we'd like to offer a follow-up in regards to our plans with the GTP class, and he listed all of them. In particular, the hiding system model and the tyre construction that was built for this class. However, before we get into details, we'd like once again to thank you all for your feedback, complaints, passion, support. Sorry, I added a word there. We're all fortunate iRacers. We care so much about the simulation racing. Critique and concerns you shared were justified and have been well received by the team. But basically, to cover what they're saying, this isn't going to be a quick fix. While we're pleased with the driving improvements and advances of the latest time model version, the car-specific mods that debuted on the GTP class and MP2 missed the mark with grip, resulting in higher than desired cornering speeds. which is nice. This isn't often they get out ahead of things and say, you're right. You know, I like this attitude. Beginning with GTP, our redevelopment will involve a comprehensive reconstruction of the tyre physics and its composition. As a result, expected to recalibrate expectations around how the car drives at the limit. We're targeting releasing updated tyres next season. Once the tyre dev team picks up steam, we'll begin to complete an overhaul of the hybrid system to bring them up to date. So this is brilliant, right? Let me reread that again. Hold on. Once the tyre redev picks up steam, we will begin an overhaul of the hybrid system and bring it up to... What do you mean up to date? It was never out of date. You made it up.
Yeah.
To bring it up to date with the design of the current world cars. Well, that's going to be really hard for them to bop. They're going to fix the tyres and then break it with this. A hybrid system overhaul might take a bit longer than the tyre work. Yes, okay. Yeah, and then they cover like the 499 won't just sound like it's kicking in at 190. It actually will.
Sure.
But one thing the chat needs to realise is that means every, like Le Mans Ultimate, every GTP, has its nuances that you need to understand. Plus, I mean, you've got to do all the virtual fuel and all that yourself. Because I say, you run out of virtual fuel, it's DQ. That's, I mean, if they implement that rule, which they should.
Sure.
Maybe chat can tell me, but I believe it's disqualification. So yeah, I think that's cool. They got ahead of it. Watch this space, right?
Yeah. That's actually very positive that they've properly addressed it. And yes, I mean, but like, it's a bit lazy of them, isn't it, to say, oh yeah, we will fix this next season, but we're going to have the first season of this car that we've just released. We acknowledge that the tyres were broken to start with, and we didn't design a proper hybrid system for it. But we're taking another season to do that. So yeah, I imagine some people will be frustrated. But it'll be weird. I mean, and I guess the fact that we're going to have this for one season means people just need to appreciate it, right? All those people who say, oh, the LMP1s were so good, right? Well, is basically an LMP1 for you.
Do you know what the irony
the
is?
corners.
Do you know what I drove this morning? GTP, official.
Sure. Yeah.
Why? Because it's fun.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of grip. It's fast. I'm not saying it should stay like this. I'm not advocating anything. I'm just saying if you break it down to its smallest denominator, I had fun. It's fun. Yeah, the bus stop, people are like, wow, that's incredibly quick. I'm like, yeah, it's just me. Well, the time model's also helpful. But yeah.
Sure. Well, enjoy it for the next 3 months.
Yes, I will.
Someone asking, Nick Horn asking in chat, I think BAM has been Perez / dropped. No, we still have a lot of BAM. We just don't drink so much of it now.
I'm on sugar-free, I think.
But that's not a BAM, is it?
I've also picked up a non-sugar... Whoops. I picked this up on the way, and apparently I'm blind. No, I can't drink too much sugared energy drink.
Sure, yeah. But we still have kilos of BAM around. I think we got another shipment. Our last shipment lasted 18 months, and we've now got another one. So we've got thousands of cans. So no, BAM is still very much a partner of Apex. RaceRoom. The DTM Esports Online Championship is coming back to RaceRoom. It's been going on for a few years now, this one. I think, did Moritz Lerner win it last season?
What, first or second, yeah. I remember watching it here when we was getting with the podcast and everything.
Well, of course, they added all the new DTM cars recently. They added the Lambo.
So GT3s.
Yeah, so GT3 cars recently. So they've got a very good roster now. And it will be coming back. You mentioned that the hot lap qualifying is at Oschersleben on the 8th of January.
Up to the 8th of January.
Up to 8th of January.
And then the season starts March through to July. Here, I've got the tracks here. Zandvoort, Norrisring, Nürburgring, Sachsenring, Red Bull, Hockenheim. So it's going to be cool. I'm excited for this. It's 750 grand prize, so expect to see the who's who of...
That's massive, is it? Is it usually that big?
Not sure, unless I read it wrong.
Yeah, we heard about this on traction.gg.
Oh, no, wait. Wait, I thought I did read 750.
I mean, 750 seems like a lot. So I was being slightly...
I think I've read it wrong, because now I see 50, 75 and 15. So where did I find 700... Because I was going to go home and practice. No, I'm making it up.
Sure.
Sorry. I must just misremembered. Yeah, so first place will be 50 grand. No, hold on. The prize pool is significant. And while every detail is not yet confirmed, it was somewhere between 50 and 75.
Okay, sure.
Of which 15 will be guaranteed as cash rewards. Okay, so it's way lower than I suggested.
We've gone from 750 to 15.
Yeah. My apologies for
And
that.
some VIP tickets, which are worth, £5 grand or something. I've got some very distressing noises coming through, but I don't think the audience can hear that, fortunately.
No,
but
I don't know
it
what
does
it is.
sound like we're being taken over by demons whenever David uses his keyboard. So it's quite
Yes.
unpleasant for us. So yeah, best of luck to everyone who takes part in that. The F1 game.
Yeah, the F1 Sim Racing World Championships. Sorry, it's a mouthful, isn't it? F1.
Oh, they've changed the name of it.
That's the name I got, but... Oh, and I also remember where the prize is. The prize was for F1. 750 grand for F1. Right.
Oh, okay, sure, that makes sense.
That makes a lot more
Okay,
sense.
yeah.
But yeah, it has returned. Not sure where my link's gone.
Yeah, of course, it's always been F1 sim racing, but I don't always attach the World Championship to it as well. But of course, it used to be F1 esports. It's the exact same thing. I wonder if they've changed the Twitter handle, actually.
You check
from
it
F1.
You check it all the time.
I always check it, yeah, but I don't know if it's still a thing. Because last season of F1 sim racing, it was still... it's still F1 esports. The Twitter handle for F1 sim racing. But
Yeah, so 750 grand. I'm just grabbing the tracks now.
12 rounds. And yeah, will return in January.
Let's just hope it actually, because, I mean,
The
Last
last
se-
season was a farce.
yeah, it was absolutely dominated by...
Ron Ha? No, it wasn't Ron Ha, was it?
No, I meant news
Oh,
of
sure.
nothing happening.
Yeah, it was actually very competitive. It came down to the last few corners, didn't it? Ron Ha, I think, was third. But then we had a new champion, whose name I forget for the moment. But yeah, it was a very good season last season.
Yes, indeed. Here we go. I don't know where the link went. Set to return January. This is on the Formula One website. So we got some good tracks, packed schedule.
Yeah, so there'll be all of these will be at
Lands, yeah. Yeah, three. I looked at that 3 LAN events, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a pretty short season.
There we go. See?
$750.
You know I'll never be wrong about the amount, just what event.
Sure.
Now I think about it, DTM RaceRoom doesn't sound like the right price. So yeah, that'd be good. I enjoyed watching it last season. I mean, we enjoyed covering all the drama and even Rennsport getting on the action.
Oh, wasn't it something to do with
The Maldives.
no?
Yeah, because all the drivers were meant to be going to the Maldives and they weren't. They were going to ESL, wherever. And Rennsport tweeted almost like, if you give us the rights to the eSport Championship, we'll put it in the Maldives. That's basically
I
along
think
the-
that's what they said. Yeah. It was something really arrogant, wasn't it? It was like, oh, maybe if it was on here,
Yeah.
it'd be a little bit better. And everyone was like,
Our very own Lewis is telling us that Rasmussen won.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go.
after finishing second like 10 times before that.
Yeah, so it looks like 3 LAN events. That's not bad. 750 grand.
I mean, if they actually promote it this season, it could do quite well. And I guess during the off season, us
course.
F1 nerds have nothing better to do.
First round, the first race of the first round, nobody even knew it took place.
No.
We the stream kicked in like halfway through race 2, and then teams were going home, and
But the first day was cancelled.
Yeah,
wasn't
that's it.
And then it came in the second day. What a mess. Of course, organised by ESL nowadays. Changed hands of the organisation. But yeah, tune into that. January it starts. We have a new Fanatec Wheel. The Fanatec Club Sport Podium Steering Wheel GT3 Endurance.
rolls off the tongue.
If only there was an acronym, but there's really not. They're all consonants.
This is the word that looks like something's missing in the middle.
So yeah, it's using the familiar button box that have been used on many other Fanatec wheels. I think on all pretty much the podium steering wheels, this same module is used, and is being used again. So you can buy the rim for this new Fanatec wheel separately, or you can buy the whole thing in one. It's not particularly groundbreaking. I would say the cost, though, is 318 millimeters, so it's very big. But the rim by itself is $130. But for the rim and the button box, it is $550 for PC or Xbox and $580 for PlayStation, which seems like a lot just by looking at it, but maybe it's better quality than I first look at it.
It's ugly though, isn't it?
I don't really know. Do you know what it's meant to? Is this from a real life car? Do you know if it's meant to?
I don't know. I don't recognise it.
It's a very uninspiring design, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like the poor QR's in the way, not been.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look very ergonomically friendly. The joysticks look too low. You like to have all your buttons sort of in that U shape, but I mean, more the buttons are down the bottom. The rotaries are down the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. It's not for me.
Back to Nikon saying it's not exactly a new wheel, is it? No, it's a small tweak. PESC schedule has been announced for 2025. Always like to see a schedule. I always think it's interesting what tracks iRacing pick, and they mix it up. You cannot criticize them for not mixing it up every season, because we've got a few new circuits for this season. Daytona returns as the season opener, and that's on the 1st of February. 1 week later, then we head to Mugello, which I think makes its debut in the series. I don't think Mugello's been in it before. Then really one of the few stalwarts in the series, Spa. I think it's been in every season. That's back, of course, with the rescan. Then Sachsenring, which hosted a round of the contenders. I think probably the biggest surprise is Thruxton has been added, which will be a procession, really. Very tricky to overtake circuit, I think, will Thruxton be. Then we've got Fuji, which I think makes its debut as well. Should be a decent race, to be fair. Fuji, it's quite a good action-packed circuit. And then Le Mans is the season finale. I think we sort of got used to Monza being the season finale, but Le Mans is the season finale this season.
Yeah,
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Magello's Sachsenring and Thruxton's going to be tricky, and they're starting and ending at draft tracks, so it's going to be tough. Good content. Yeah, let's see. Nice poster, nice schedule. Short schedule. It seems it's getting shorter every year.
Yeah, and there's less breaks as well. We've got the first 3 rounds are back to back to back. The last 3 rounds are back to back to back. So yeah, it's over by early April. Porsche GB goes on longer, despite the fact that it starts earlier. I think it ends later.
Right, okay, I get
which
you.
is a weird one. So yeah, it is a very compact schedule, but I guess it gives these guys an opportunity to take part in other championships as well. But have you driven Thruxton? I think I asked you this a couple of weeks ago, and to be fair, like until a big series goes there, there's not really much motivation.
No, I haven't. I've only done a few laps of Mugello, to be honest, and none of Sachsenring. So yeah, if there's an opportunity for a watch again, I'm gonna have to learn some tracks.
Yeah, Sachsenring I think is very, very good in my opinion. Thruxton,
I've heard good things. Lots of fast blind corners. That's what I heard.
It's pretty much like it's all fast left-handers. That's the whole circuit basically. So yeah, I think it's a really good track. Tricky to overtake. Thruxton, yeah, is demanding, but I think would be very tricky to overtake. There's just no big braking zones where you can really overtake, I think. So I think that covers the sim racing news. Once again, thanks to Apex Racing Simulators for sponsoring, and of course do check out their V2 wheelbase, or the VRS V2 wheelbase and wheel rim. They can be used at our sim centre. We've got a rig set up with all the VRS equipment, along with 7 others with the older VRS equipment. And yeah, you can do that, and you can rent the studio even. Just head over to apexracingsim.com and you can see everything that we offer. Into some of the Apex news, we've got DNLS this weekend.
Oh, of course.
How many people do you think immediately know what DNLS is? DNLS is?
I don't think many will.
I don't think it's the best branding ever. It is the virtual Nürburgring series. So
It is a popular. Popular. I mean,
competitive.
yeah, and it's fun. Like you have to have the
Sure.
element of the IRL driver. There's penalties that aren't usually applied in a.
Yeah, like it's a case that if the best car from the previous round, no, is it even the best team? If you win one round, you get like a drive through the next round.
Or you don't get a bot. You get a time penalty for various things though. Lots of time penalties involved. So you have to have the real life driver, but he has to be under a certain rating. Then you have to have a pro. I got invited to do it once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with Parker White.
Oh sure.
So I was like, nah. It's like, yeah, but I was like, no, because.
But who's the real? If does Parker do real life?
No, we're going to take a penalty. But
Oh okay.
it was just a case of. I was like, please, I don't. I'm so slow. I don't want to get in his car because it's going to feel like it's broken, right? That would be the first comment. Why are you 11 seconds a lap down? Is something wrong? Yeah. Major damage behind the wheel.
Yeah. I think it'll be fixed at the next pit stop. Usually, I think I've tested this, and at the driver swap, it usually fixes itself. So yeah, we'll see. But it might act up later on if we swap again. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Lewis has let us know that they had Success Palace last season, but that's been removed now.
Success Palace, that was it. I thought it was a bop, like applied that way.
Verstappen might be taking part. I'm not sure. He took part last season, so
He did, yeah.
Back.
Not every round, but he was busy some weekends.
Yeah.
His other job.
I think he's been testing GT3s.
I saw him topping the time.
Really?
Yeah, he was fastest in those practices, obviously. Yeah, he's a busy man.
Apex Racing League. The GT3 trophy has been announced, so that's fun. Lots of sign-ups already for it. It is starting on the 16th of January. It is on Thursday evenings, and it's going to be broadcast by us from the Apex Racing TV esports studio. 8 rounds. It's every other week on the most part, because we've got another series which is yet to be announced on the other weeks. And it should just be a lot of fun. We've already had, I think, 25 people sign up in the first 3 days. I think we'll probably max out the grid as we usually do for this series. So if you want to get your name on the list, make sure to sign up very soon.
Yeah, awesome. Looking forward to that coming back.
And the Porsche Cup as well. We've had really good reception for the Porsche Cup series. So that, again, will be filled up fairly soon. So, again, sign up to that soon on apexracingleague.com.
And we agreed I'm handling the weather constructions.
You'll have to confirm that email, because I don't recall that whatsoever. And I don't think I'd ever agree to that.
I was just going to do things like rain in quali off, rain in the middle off,
No,
and then rain 4 laps in the end.
No.
Oh.
No.
Completely fake.
One highlight. I need to make sure I don't turn on the sound here, otherwise we'll be haunted again. That was just a good run to the line. Who do you think is going to win this one, the white car or the lead car?
The lead car, because he's going to push him up. No, he runs low. Oh, yeah, it's fun. Whoa, go low, mate. The lead car needs to go low. Are they told not to go below the line?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, lead car got it.
Lead car managed to get it. So nice photo finish there. That was the final round, I think, of the Rick Motec series. There was a funny interview, which I couldn't really show on this podcast, but if anyone wants to check that out, there was a funny post-race interview with Bobby Childs, which you may want to watch. That is everything in the notes. That's it for the year as well.
That's it. That's a wrap.
What would you say your highlight of the year? What I remember, we did a biggest. Did we? No, maybe this was before. Do you think we did a prediction of what the biggest? Yeah, we did do a thing. We did at the start of the year. What's the biggest sim racing game going to be this year? In terms of what's the biggest new one going to be? And we both said LMU. And I think we were right.
Yes. If you was about to ask me the highlight.
Sure.
I'm impressed with
winning a watch.
Winning a watch. Winning the Jimmy Broadbent event. No, sure. Talking about this. No, the let's say, the transition from the negativity of motorsport games to the positivity of LMU.
Sure.
Like the transition for the year. Like, it's been a long year for them. You hear they're getting out of that phase where it's not just purely bad reviews and negativity, like Rennsport still get on their social media. But I feel they've come through it. They've been smart. They're branding it more Studio 3977, which is clever because people love that company. Yeah, so seeing those progress from what they had to what they have now has been impressive. Obviously, we got the cool announcement of AC Evo. We finally got rain. That was this year. Yeah. So it's been good. It's been really good for sim racing.
Of course, the expansion of LFM as well to more platforms.
Yeah, they seem to have been missing out recently. Seems to be SimGrid grabbing the AC Evo and all these headlines. So let's see. Maybe they're just wanting to focus on what works for them and not overreaching because it could backfire. And I'm sure all these other companies keep mentioning that it's not just SimGrid only. Like SimGrid's just the partners at the beginning. Like, but yeah, let's see. But it's been a good year. Big for sim racing.
Has been a good year, and looking forward to next year in terms of what I mean. Do you think AC Evo will be like the biggest game since AC Assetto Corsa? Do you think potentially? Do you think it could be that big a change in 2025? Do you think that's going to be the main thing that's going to happen?
I think it has the biggest chance. It really depends how long it takes for their release, early access stuff to the polish and online and competitive and the World GT channel and all that. Let's see. They have every opportunity. They seem to have the right team, the right marketing, the work's been put in. The open world stuff just sounds cool. Like how many times have you finished a race and you're just wondering what to do in an iOS sim? Imagine just being like, I'm just going to drive around the track.
Yeah. In
the car, I'm going to race it, and like I'm going to stay dialed in, but I'm just going to pop to the shops. And mate, that sounds brilliant.
Yeah, get a pizza.
Yeah, for me, that sounds absolutely ideal. What are you up to wait for my race? Just driving around the Alps, Yeah, sounds good. That's what I want.
Yeah, sounds very good. Well, we'll be back next year to discuss more sim racing news. Once again, if you have any ideas for topics, do post a comment in the YouTube comment section, and we will probably discuss it in the new year. But for now, from myself, Sam, and from David, we'll say goodbye, and we'll see you back next time.
Ciao, ciao.